Kaya, surgical, extraction, meme. The key to never being disappointed in life is low expectations, chat. This deck is, it's got a bunch of surgical extraction, extirpate effects, and Unmoored Ego. Alongside Kaya, the original deck submission was not playing Ensnaring Bridge, which seemed like a huge, horrible mistake, so I've put 4 copies of Ensnaring Bridge in our deck because one of the ways you can try and create a somewhat reasonable Magic the Gathering deck is by playing stupid, busted cards that win the game on their own, so that way it doesn't matter that the rest of your deck is mostly mediocre cards that don't do anything. Morning, Giddle. Sign me up. Yeah, I don't think Azcanta really does much for that deck, Sheriff. It doesn't. The other problem with Azcanta in a deck like that is it doesn't find your win conditions either. And I think once you move off the Acuity plan, you like don't have enough cards to consistently enable hero. All right, let's try and draw a third land here, maybe. Yeah, the design space on walkers has been really good. It seems like the static ability is going to allow them to push in a way. It was going to be interesting, like, everyone, I think a lot of people, including myself, were wondering, like, what are they going to, like, how are they going to have 36 planeswalkers, right? And, like, things that only downtick that also have static effects really gives them a lot of room to work with. Yeah, I think Likely Spirits obviously could be humans maybe, but Basic Forest is pretty rare inside of humans. Collective Brutality to empty my hand against against what they have going on is going to be important. Yeah, it could be Green-White Hate Bears. Definitely going to want a Fatal Push and probably extract this Noble Hierarch, so that way it can't kill me under the bridge with the Exalted Triggers. Yeah, could be a Taxes deck. The fact that they just played a Field of Ruin kind of implies Taxes. Yep. So they're going to Wasteland me. I'm going to full escalate this. I'm going to ditch Damnation and Extirpate, I think. Oh, I should have killed the Noble Hierarch. Should have killed the Noble Hierarch. I have Fatal Push, I guess, so it doesn't matter. Hey, thanks for the tip. Where's my dashboard? It's around here somewhere. Decided to donate my Drive Snack Fund for the week. Much respect. Go buy a candy bar. Will do. Thank you, Hostage. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Oh, that's true. It does impact. Players can't search libraries. Yeah, so if this was alive, I actually couldn't surgical them without paying 2 extra. Oh, they have mana for Resto. I'm dumb. I was like, oh, they only have 3. Yeah. The Scavenging Ooze stops. I wanted to kill it so that way I could Surgical the Nobles before the Scavenging Ooze came into play, but it slipped my mind that the Noble makes mana. For fuck's sake. Playing this format with bad decks blows. I can't play the second bridge, Zesty. There's no third land. We got Wastelanded. Playing the third bridge isn't an option. I like there's plenty of matches in Modern that I like. Guess I keep most of the hands in this deck don't do anything. So they've got a bunch of surgical extractions and unmoored egos, just like don't have text against a deck with creatures in it. I agree, Pikes. Modern is really great. Like, so you look at the deck queue and like decks once we get past these last couple like Amulet Titan, Tron, Hardened Scales, Just Kainahiri, Storm, JAC, Frenzy, Affinity, like all of these decks sound great. You have to give up on this romantic idea that like it's really because the format's changed, right? Like as more cards have gotten added, the format's become more brutal and more efficient. So like once upon a time, Modern was this format where I could show up with whatever I wanted and like kind of feel okay about it and not be embarrassed, but like that's not the case anymore. And like a lot of these decks, they just feel like they're not doing anything particularly powerful or interesting. So it's like, yeah, I guess like this deck's like kind of weak in terms of the game plan it's trying to execute, but then like also when it does execute the game plan it's trying to execute isn't all that interesting, right? Like the goal is like hope my opponent's deck does nothing while I sit here and plus a Kaya for 800 turns. Like that's the game plan. That's the sweet thing we're setting up to do. Yeah, Frenzy Affinity looks great. Like I said, like that's one of my piece of advices in general, right? Like if you find yourself not having fun with the format, you need to kind of take a step back and like evaluate like why you're doing what you're doing and how. And like I really think that a lot of my kind of frustrated with Modern comes from the fact that like these decks that like just aren't particularly good kind of mostly get slaughtered, and it's just like losing while you never have the upside of doing something super sweet just like isn't fun Magic for me. Oh, I have a surgical in my hand and I was auto-passing. Alright, whatever. Let's lose one more and then we'll play Enduring Ideal. How are things like the Mono Red Frenzy deck in that outlook? So, the thing you need to be able to ask yourself if your deck is reasonable is, can you goldfish a turn 3 kill with any amount of consistency? And if the answer is yes, then it's probably reasonable. But something like this, not really reasonable. What you're doing has to be good against very specific decks. If your opponent's playing any amount of creatures that don't care about your surgicals or extirpates, like you just have to draw a bunch of cards that don't have text and hope you can hide behind Ensnaring Bridge. And the original submission didn't even have Ensnaring Bridge, so its plan was just die if Surgical Extraction doesn't have a text box. Stop it, Marty. Have we discussed New Gideon's chat name? Asking the important questions. Well, I have 2 fatal pushes that don't do anything. I guess one of them's going away to Collective Brutality here. And by that I mean I'm getting remanded, so maybe I shouldn't. Casting spells on Magic Online. Where is the auto tapper? They drew a Condescend. Yep. Morning, Blaze. Diabolic Edict's not modern legal, I don't think. Right? Oh. Durosis, thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Did you get an ad on my channel, Zesty? Or did you get an ad on someone else's channel? Oh, it's a bit thing. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because people have been reporting, subs have been telling me they've been getting ads on my channel, and that should not be happening. this one. You're gonna cut the second Brutality. No respect for the burn deck. Yeah, I don't think the Edict's gonna be super great in Modern. I think people are overestimating that effect. Kinda. I mean, like, you think you need more than 4 Edicts in your 75? Like, I'm like the last time I played Rock, I wasn't convinced I wanted 4 Liliana the Veil in the 75, much less another card that's like just an Edict. Sweet. A target for my Fatal Push. You've surgically extracted my Twitch Prime sub. Thank you for the half a year, Swift. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Ilstabab, thank you for the 3-month resub. Welcome back. Yeah, I agree. Last Hope. Last Hope, I think like a 3-2 split of like Veil Last Hope is like really reasonable. Alright, what am I doing with this? Am I saving Mindslaver? That's one of their annoying cards. Most like slowly start picking apart their win conditions. Yeah, Smallpox is very different. Alright, so they have a repeal. So what else do they have left that wins the game? They have two Worm Coils, 2 Ugins. I should just take a picture because it lasts longer. I guess Edict could be nice if there were a lot of Boggles. Yeah, but honestly, since the printing of Assassin's Trophy, the Boggles matchup's been very reasonable for Black Green Rock. Like, it was already okay, and like, now you play like, if you play like 3 or 4 trophies and like 1 or 2 pulses, you have plenty of ways to take Leyline off the table, and you can just like kill their important enchantments and like block their idiots in combat. Okay. This person has 3 Chalice of the Void in their main deck. Academy Runes. Yep. He's got 2 thumbs. He's going to surgical the crap out of this Walking Ballista. This guy right here. They have a repeal in their hand. Let's take their repeal away. Any thoughts on Courser and Green Black Rock? Well, so if you have a bunch of Collective Brutalities, you don't have a problem against aggro. And I don't think you don't have room to play that many card advantage spells in Modern is the TLDR, White Ninja. So basically, like, your card advantage slots are taken up by things like Tireless Tracker, like Tassiger, like Planeswalkers. It's basically just worse than the other cards you could be playing in that type of slot. It's less flexible and less powerful. Like there's a lot of Green Black Rock builds that don't even play 4 Tracker, and like you definitely want 4 Tracker in your deck before you play the first Courser of Kruphix. Since our deck is amazing against magic cards, I assume it's going swimmingly. Thank you for the very generous tier 3 resub, Pokemon Nerd. I appreciate it. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one. Alright. Alright. They have 6 cards in exile. Wondering why you weren't dead yet, and then I saw Island. Yeah, my opponent was wonderful enough to register a deck that might be worse than ours, so I'm saying there's a chance. Alright, so this one's naming Ugin the Spirit Dragon. That leaves them with 2 Wormcoil Engines, a Batterskull, a Gearhulk, and 1 Snapcaster. Don't mind me. So this hits them to 15. This hits them to 13, so Kaya kills them in 2. No, that's why it doesn't change my plans. That's why I've got 2 modern decks on my docket. Well, that's unfortunate. So, I need to draw a Surgical Extraction effect next turn. If I draw a Surgical Extraction or an Unmoored Ego next turn, I kill them. Need to put 1 more card into their exile zone. I'm fatal pushing my Snapcaster Mage so they don't gain life. What's going on, Fulgrim? Thanks for the half a year. I agree, Nivik. Previously, they'd been doing downtime windows at like 7 to 9 a.m. CST, which seems okay. Like, still not ideal. Not like straight middle of the night, but like more reasonable. 9 to 11 is not great. That is a lethal surgical extraction, people. I repeat, we have a lethal surgical extraction. Alright, look at that. We can die happy now, right? We successfully Kaya'd someone. Did the old block kill my own thing. Fatal push out of text box. Yay! Their downtime starting in 30 minutes. And Damping Sphere is probably fine here. Yeah, the downtime hasn't started yet. It starts in 30 minutes and it's supposed to last for 2 hours. That's why I've got 2 modern decks lined up for today. Something blind mouse, something cheese, right, Marty? Maybe I don't want the Liliana the Veils. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring those in. Rick, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So something that I need to be upfront and transparent about that should not impact subs, and if this impacts you, I need you to let me know because something is messed up on Twitch's end. So this is mostly being addressed to the non-subs that are still hanging out here watching, who I do appreciate. I know it sucks that I had to reduce chat so we have less clutter, but I do appreciate you still being here. So normally I don't run any manual Twitch ads on my stream, but I'm going to have to start running some amount of Twitch ads during my normal stream. I need to run 2 minutes per hour at a minimum. So, subscribers, this should not impact you. You should not see Twitch ads on my channel. So, when I push the button, if you are a subscriber and you get a Twitch ad, please let me know. And I will be reporting that to Twitch. Jackie, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. But I am... And honestly, I should probably take a short 2-minute break per hour anyways. Like, run to the bathroom, walk around a little bit anyways, but... Chip Daddy, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Are the bots down? I don't think so. Maybe the bots are down? Sleeping on the job. Mr. Napper, thanks for the 3 months. Maybe Twitch chat's having an issue? It has to do with my Tempo Storm contract. Which they initially wanted me to run way more than 2 minutes of ads per hour. And this is what we've negotiated to for the time being. It's I agreed that I could do up to 2. So people who are not subs, if the ads bother you, please feel free to install ad blocker and watch the channel with ad blocker. No hard feelings on that. But they said I was allowed to be transparent up front, that I was contractually obligated to run the adverts. Which is good, because if they weren't going to allow me to do that, we would have had problems. Yeah, get an ad blocker that blocks Twitch ads. I think I'm going to take the condescend here. No, it needs to be 2 every hour. I think Twitch chat is currently having some issues. The bots aren't working at the moment, so if your messages aren't coming up, I think there's an issue on Twitch's end. Your message just came up and appeared on stream. I think the Twitch chat servers are having some issues at the moment. Maybe I should Thoughtseize here in case they hit the Tron piece. So I'm going to take this remand, and then on their draw step, I'm going to surgically extract these condescends. The reason why we do it during their draw step is this way, if they draw a 3rd condescend for the turn, I get to take another card out of their hand. Whoop-win, thank you for the very generous tier 2 sub. I appreciate that. So I'm going to do my best to drop the 2 minutes of ads for the non-subs during times where we're, like, waiting in queues and stuff like that mostly, or, like, in between stuff, but unfortunately it has to happen. Watch your videos for a long time on YouTube. It's a pleasure I can watch you live. Well, Chip and Dandy, welcome to a live one. Thanks for dropping in. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Waiting on some lands here. You can't even see the chat. Yeah, Twitch must be having issues on Twitch's end. Ooh. So I know they have 2 worm coils in hand. So I get to take 1, and then next turn we can extirpate the worm coils. So their hand is Mindslaver, Worm Coil Engine. White Source would actually be great here, because it would let me Stony Silence them off the Mindslaver. Alright, so what are their win conditions left now? Let's take a picture, because it lasts longer. Yeah, Twitch chat, if your messages aren't popping up in chat, Twitch chat's currently having issues. Sorry about that. If you don't see your message, feel free to resend it. No hard feelings on duplicates. Not your fault. They have 2 copies of Summary Dismissal. Yes, they have They have 2 Ugins, a Walking Ballista, a Batterskull at this point. They have 2 Repeals and a Cyclonic Rift as ways to take Stony Silence off the table. Alright, do we hit a white source or do they hit a 6th land? Ew. Twitch chat and MTGA down at the same time. Illuminati confirmed. What's going on, Anna? Good morning. Thirst is a good draw after we drop Stony Silence. I assume we're going to see them ditch a Mindslaver here. That covers you for 240 hours, right? Yeah, if we hit another lane, we can ego the towers to keep them off of Tron mana. Honestly, at this point, am I even supposed to be egoing them off of Tron lands at this point? Or am I just supposed to ego their threats? Like, I think I kind of want to just like take their Ugin, take their Walking Ballista, right? And they're just like out of win conditions basically. I think I'm gonna take Ugin. Like, they're at 6 mana. They have Treasure Mage and it has nothing to find. Yeah, so they have this Treasure Mage, which dies to Collective Brutality, and then they have Walking Ballista and Batterskull as their only other win conditions. Hey, Hostage, thanks for the biddies. Well, I don't currently have a way to take the Chalice off the table, right? I didn't board in my Liliana the Veil either. Well, I'm going to have to spend one of these brutalities on the Treasure Mage, right? We kind of just need to draw Kaya ASAP so we can, like, actually kill them. They grabbed nothing. There were no artifacts that cost 6 or more left in their deck. I don't actually have a way to take this Chalice off the table, so I'm just going to discard this to escalate this. Oh, Kaya does answer the Batterskull, doesn't it? Okay, yeah, so we're totally taking Walking Ballista. Because just exiling the Germ is fine. Like, I guess Kaya answers Walking Ball too. Yeah, I'm actually going to take the Batterskull just in case they deal with this. Because once Kaya exiles the Walking Ballista, it's gone forever. Oh, Kaya answers Chalice too. God bless you, little Kaya. Look at you, the little Kaya that could. This deck's really sweet when our opponent's deck's unplayable. I guess they technically still have Tron in their deck. Wait till they Chalice on 3 and then we can't play Kaya. Stop it. What's going on, Tron player? Yeah, sorry the what's it called? Messages aren't popping up through. Yeah, it's funny, like what we talked about yesterday, right? Like we were talking about the London Mulligan change, and like the big change to that rule is going to be it's going to make decks that like prey on the opponent's not doing anything worse, because the good decks are going to execute their game plan more consistently. The bots are alive again. Maybe that means Twitch chat's having less issues. It always makes me wonder what's going on in the back end when Twitch chat has issues, because it's just a bunch of IRC servers. Negate, that's a good one. Why did they bring in Grafdigger's Cage? Because I'm playing Snapcaster. Negate keeps them off of casting Chalice on 3, so that's good. I mean, the art on this Negate is still fantastic, to be fair. Opponent correctly identifying they should put this on 3. Do they have a Negate of their own? They do. We're just dead at this point, right? I just can't beat this card. Right? No, Damnation's at my sideboard. I guess I can draw a Snapcaster before they draw their Walking Ballista. Like they have Walking Ballista in their deck though. They still have a win condition, chat. They have a Walking Ballista. No, they have a Chalice on 1. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. No, I can't Snap Ego then. There's a Chalice on 3. They have a Cage out too. Yeah, that one as well. They also have a Cage in play. Why do I want Liliana? What do I want her over? I don't think I want Liliana. I don't think she's better than any of these other cards that I have. I mean, of course you love it. It's unplayable garbage. No, we're giving it a fair shake. This is our one match where we have a chance, Detroit Lion. We gotta take our shots when we have a chance. The Snap Ego line with Chalice on 3 and Cage in play is worse than Pact for Vizier. Yeah, it probably is. Alright, for non-subs, I apologize. We're closing in on the end of the first hour, so I'm going to run a 2-minute ad because I'm contractually obligated to do so. Sorry. I'm gonna give it a minute so the people that aren't subs don't miss anything. Yeah, so subs should not have gotten anything there. And I'm going to try and work to fit those in around. I feel like we're missing an emote for me to properly express my shame for the Snap Ego line. Yeah. Yeah, we're probably going to talk about this a number of times today. Maybe I should probably just make a command. This hand doesn't do anything. So, I do Modern and Legacy at the beginning of the streams because the way Twitch works, my viewer count is at its lowest at the beginning of all streams, and MTGO content always has an extra low viewer count, so it makes sense to do the MTGO content at the beginning of the day when my viewer count is going to be lowest anyways, as opposed to doing it at the end of the day and then tanking my higher viewer count that I then have from Arena. Alright, and the non-mobile, non-subs should be back with us now. We mulliganed an Unkeepable 7, the 6 is great. Alright, so they have Tron, but I have a Damping Sphere, so I think that's okay. I think I'm going to take the Cage. I think I'd like my Snapcasters to be live because I have 4 of those. That too. Okay, so I could ego proactively here and take their Tron pieces, but it's like, do I even care about taking their Tron pieces if I have Damping Sphere out? You're not wrong, Deerlick. Playing Magic Online first to start the day is like doing your homework before you get to go play video games. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how many viewers we lose consistently having to run ads. It might not be worth it. It might not be worth the contract is one of the things I'm gonna have to evaluate. So, just because I believe in transparency, and I don't think I'd get in trouble for saying this. I'm pretty sure they were okay with me sharing. They wanted me to run 6 minutes of ads per hour, to which I said no. And I told them I would be okay with running 2 minutes of ads per hour because I think that's not unreasonable. But should we ego for Chalice? That's an interesting question. I don't know. I feel like if I'm egoing from Chalice, if I'm egoing for Chalice before I have their threats gone, that's probably a mistake. Who are they? A mixture of Tempo Storm and Twitch. So Tempo Storm has contracts with Twitch. Doesn't Chalice on 3 just murder us? Yeah, it kinda does. So yeah, maybe we should just do that. Yeah, I guess taking the Chalices makes a lot of sense then. Alright, I'm gonna take the Chalice of the Voids. Nook Mage, thank you for the 2 months Twitch Prime resub there. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, yeah. So, subscribers will never see ads on my channel. So the required ad rate, even the 2 minutes, will not be. If you are subscribed to my channel and you get an ad when I run one, please let me know. And if that's something that happens consistently for people, I'm just gonna tell them to shove their ads because their system doesn't work. But subscribers should never see ads on my channel. I know, Nivik, and that's why I told them I refuse to do 6 minutes per hour. Would this affect YouTube content at all? No, Twitch ads are completely separate from YouTube. So I'm gonna go ahead and field this tower and then extract it, just to make sure they can't have Tron ever. Because they do have a repeal in their hand, so like they could like repeal this and then do stuff. And we did tower specifically because they had another tower in their hand. The impact the ad rate will have on the YouTube channel is that there will be occasional 2-minute breaks. I'm going to try and fit them in during natural downtime in the stream anyways. Because there's probably 2-ish minutes of waiting thereabouts anyways, but like that ad break I just ran, we dropped from almost 1,000 viewers down to like 850. So like if that happens every time, it's just like not okay and not worth the ad money. Yeah, I should have draw stepped it for the chance to take one more tower. You're correct. Did not give myself that small percentage chance. I agree, Austin. People would rather see an empty chair than an ad. There's also the issue of Twitch ads often don't have good audio balance, so like the volume of the Twitch ad is not something I can control. So like if it's gonna be louder than I am, that's startling to people. If you sign up for Equip auto sends you refills, if you bought your brush through my link, you get the first refill for free. This doesn't even do anything, right? Just like, I play her, they plus the walking ballista, they double shoot her in response, and then shoot me. That doesn't do anything. I think I have to wait until I find an answer to the walking ballista to play her, right? So if I go to Exile the Walking Ballista, they just remove all the counters from it in response, and then it goes to their graveyard, and then they have Academy runes to get it back. Yeah, the big issue is that, the big issue with running adverts is that people have short attention spans, and if I run an ad, a lot of people are just going to change to another Twitch channel that's not currently running an ad. That's just how the world works. And like at the end of the day, like putting the chat in sub-only mode makes it harder for more people to get involved in the stream, and then like this ad requirement makes it harder for more people to want to stick around, so it just like deteriorates things. Alright, so we're dead. Excellent. I'm gonna try one more, since we kind of conceded out of the first one. Just give this unplayable deck its fair shake. Hopefully we'll play against something that's really fast, like Burn. If we play against Burn, probably just can't win, not close. I agree, Admiral. And that's part of the reason why I didn't want to do 6 minutes as well, too. Like, selling my own ad space integrates more. Yeah, I don't know. I've known about... Yeah, I agree, Brian. Yeah, I don't know. Like, basically the TLDR is if I want to keep doing what I've always done and run nothing, I have to lose my Tempo Storm affiliation. And I wanted to try and make that not happen, but I really do think that, like, this is gonna be an issue. I'm gonna try this week at least a couple of days and track what the viewer count does every time I run an ad. But I'm assuming the 10% viewer loss that I just had, or the 15% viewer loss when I ran that first 2-minute ad, is gonna be the norm. And if that's the case, it's not gonna be okay. No, I know, Brian. I am with you. No, subs will not get ads. And I understand the logistics of it. And I understand the business side of Twitch fairly well. I'm like, what viewers? Let's get an ad block sponsor. Because Tempo Storm is affiliated with Twitch, and Twitch wants Tempo Storm streamers to run adverts. That's the TLDR. Without getting into the logistics of it, Tempo Storm is an affiliate, and apparently this is all affiliated streamers are supposed to have to do this now. So everyone, like Nox is supposed to have to do this, and Newmont is supposed to have to do this. Basically, everyone that's affiliated with an esports organization that streams on Twitch is supposed to have to run 6 minutes of ads per hour. Let that sink in. I flat out said no to 6 minutes per hour because that's absurd. It's absurd, and I was like, I was willing to no longer be affiliated with Tempo Storm at 6 minutes an hour. So I said 2 minutes per hour seemed reasonable, and I was willing to do that. And I'm likely going to take a pay cut with what I was getting from Tempo Storm because I'm not willing to run the 6 minutes per hour. But six minutes per hour is completely unacceptable in my opinion. So here's the thing, Bad Control Player. The way Twitch streaming works, especially with Twitch Prime subs, is that there's a certain attrition rate of people who stop subbing every month. And while I'm not going to lose a lot of my long-term subs, that attrition rate is likely to not be replaced by new people, meaning eventually it decays. So, like, my total amount of subs will eventually go down if it has a hard time bringing new people in. No, that is not an option. The only way to run a Twitch ad is a full overscreen replacement. So, like, when I originally signed on with Tempo Storm, like, that scroller up over there, that little square, that was the agreement. The agreement was the square or the rectangle go on my stream somewhere at all times, and the things get positioned underneath the stream on my stuff. I agree, Roy. Which is part of the reason I'm pushing back on this. And at the end of the day, like, you know, I talk about the people that sub, pay my bills. The money that I get from Tempo Storm, like, that's extra. Like, that's extra money that, like, goes into my savings. That's not what keeps me here. So, like, if things are going to negatively impact my subscribers and, like, my viewers, like, those are the important people. What are we doing here? So their AV's coming off next turn, right? So I want to wait on this discard spell until their AV comes off. I agree. The current squares are great. Yeah, that's something I could play with too. For 30-second ads versus 1 2-minute ad. The problem with running 4 30-second ads is I'd either have to have a bot autoplay them at certain points so they would overlap interaction or like things that are going on stream, or I have to remember to run them myself manually, and it's difficult with all the things I'm doing while I'm streaming to have that happen. The pay cut is the renegotiation, Mojo. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, right? Like, the more Twitch ads I run, the more obnoxious it makes. Like my normal little ad breaks that I do every 90 minutes or so is if I run ads, if I like, my normal ad breaks are infrequent and I can make them kind of funny and personable, but like if I'm running all these other ads, it makes those more obnoxious, so I'm running ads on top of those, so it makes like my own ad space that I sell manually. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, the whole thing's been, I could do my shield breaks while I run Twitch ads, that's true. But then, like, then the ad space that I'm selling manually is less valuable to the people that I'm selling it to as well. So, like, that's a tough sell, too. And, like, a big part of the shelf sill is, like, I'm promoting myself during that, too. I'm saying, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, this is when I'm here. So, like, it's important that new people see that little bit from me, basically. I think we're dead here, right? I'm just, like, not beating this Jace. That's true. I could just put, I usually have extra time while sideboarding. The other problem is it's just so awkward. So, like, there's delay. I'm already doling out a bunch of sub-gifties. There's delay in where everyone's seeing the stream. So, like, if you have 30 seconds of delay and they have 5 seconds of delay and I hit run ad, the ad starts playing in different spots for both users because the run ad button doesn't care about how much delay people have. Why would I turn off chat completely? Lee Was, thanks for the prime support. I'm done with this deck. This deck is bad. We're gonna play. We have time for 2 modern decks today. Enduring Ideal usually lasts a little while. Let's play some Enduring Ideal. This deck's unplayable. It doesn't have enough interaction. It's got a bunch of cards that are awkward in a lot of different places. It doesn't have good answers to things. Lee Was, thanks for the prime support. Ruin, thanks for checking in for the 3rd month in a row. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Yeah, it is a poop-flavored lollipop. The non-sub room got removed because it wasn't being used, and I don't want to be responsible for the message that are contained within it. Yeah, the impact to the schedule from Arena's maintenance going on right now is we're playing a second Modern League today, as the title implies.